Merci.
There better not be no alcohol in there, Michael.
No, God!
This is my phone.
No, it's mine!
No, God, please, no! No!
Awesome! If you watched episode 10 of Happily Ever After this week, you probably did what I did when you saw it and screamed, "No!" I was about to throw my whole computer away when I watched the recording. She's back! So if you have not been keeping up with what has been going on with the Crypt Keeper and Michael, here's a quick summary. I will keep it short. Michael and Angela have been talking about bringing Michael to the US. Well, Michael, more recently, did actually get to the US. And if you're living under a rock and that's a spoiler for you, good. Now you don't have to watch the show to see what happens. Because Angela should not even be on the show anymore. But although it had been a very long wait to get him to the US, and there were many times when people questioned that his paperwork had even been filed, not long after he did finally arrive, Michael went missing. He was found, he was okay, but he said something that was quite disturbing. He said that he was in fear for his life because of Angela. I mean, I don't think anyone was extremely shocked by his statement. I mean, we have seen her on the show acting completely insane. We've even witnessed Angela getting physical with Michael on camera. And we've also seen her get in fights with other people on camera, getting in Liz's face on The Last Resort.
When did I over talking?
But somehow, she was still allowed to keep reappearing on the 90-day shows. Yet there was still a bit of a divide created of opinions on what had happened with Michael. Most people expected Michael to ditch Angela when he finally got here, but some people didn't like that he took off and thought that that proved the point that he just used her for a green card. When I say some people, I think that group of people is pretty small. I think the majority of people thought Michael deserved to be in the US and free of Angela, even if he had been using her. I mean, the guy put up with her for so long. But anyways, sometime later, he resurfaced on Cameo. He was okay, away from Angela. I saw somewhere that he's starting a new life in Indiana. There are a lot of videos out there if you want more details about him going missing and that entire situation. But Michael escaped Angela. He did it. And she was going on these crazy rants on YouTube, TikTok, anywhere she could. But the point of this video is to not talk about that. That is just some background information. The point of this video is to talk about her getting fired from TLC. So I made a video when there was this obvious shift of TLC backing away from Angela. Her rants supposedly got her in trouble with her NDA and contract with the show. After that, she had removed all of the 90-day TLC mentions on her Instagram. She makes money from the shows. That is an income stream for her. So her removing those, when I'm assuming that's a large part of her income stream, said something. Something had happened. She was not allowed to affiliate herself with 90 Day Fiancé on her social media. And when that was discovered, the world rejoiced. Ding dong, the bitch was fired. And after that, she still did not seem to be affiliated with the show anymore. She was still ranting on every single platform she could find. She was not showing up on Happily Ever After episodes, and we were already almost halfway through the season. All signs pointed to her being done, yet no official statement of her firing had been released, and that was a concern. But even so, how could they possibly, after everything had happened, let Angela's face be associated with the TLC network anymore? How? She did everything she was not supposed to do, so this had to be it. But then, on episode 9, the preview at the end of that episode showed that this dinosaur was actually going to get her season footage aired. Ugh. I can't describe the disappointment I felt when I saw her horrible leather face on the preview. And also the confusion I felt. She went online, broke her NDA, her contract rules, but apparently that didn't matter. Michael went missing, claiming that he was in fear for his life from her. But that apparently didn't matter. If you are wondering why are we seeing this monster on TV again? Why wasn't she cut? We have seen this woman do terrible things on camera to both Michael and other cast members.
My car.
Michael! Come on, Michael!
And yet here she was. Her story just continued on. TLC never made an official statement that Angela was officially removed, but we saw the evidence of her cutting ties with the network. Her breaking her contract should have meant that she was out. But episode 10 proved that we will see her and Michael's story play out. And at first I thought, okay, maybe they will just wrap up the story in one episode so people could know how their story ended on the show. But this episode that showed their story didn't seem rushed or edited to fit the whole story into one episode. Instead, we just see Michael getting ready for his interview and them fighting. So I'm guessing that maybe she technically did get fired, but they decided to just let her story air as it would have, for whatever reason. And to be honest, I find that really sad. I was sad to see that Angela was getting airtime after everything she had done. I could not believe that she wasn't edited out, or at least that they didn't just wrap up her story in a quick episode. After everything we had seen her do on the show, and then hearing that Michael escaped her and said he was afraid for his life, I don't doubt for a second that he was afraid for his life, I'm just really disappointed. I don't think it would have been that hard for them to edit her out either. Hey, TLC producers, email me. I will edit her out for you. They could have even shortened the amount of episodes they air. We don't need 13 more episodes this season. I'm already tired of Rob and Sophie. We know that Ed and Liz are on the way out. I could give a flying f about Lauren and Alexi. And if I have to see Mahmoud pack his suitcase one more time, say he wants a divorce, and then not actually leave, I will scream. Just shorten the season a bit. Shorten the tell-all. No one would care. We don't want another multiple part tell-all again anyways. Angela getting airtime to me means that she wins. She got to break the rules and still got her story aired, with the only consequence possibly being that she won't come back on the show. I even bet that she got paid because they aired her story. Her story was over anyways. Michael finally got to the US and then got away. Shame on the network for letting her do whatever she wants with no consequences. It's not worth it. She's not worth it. Just why? Also, I think the tell-all already filmed. The woman that reached out to me that Ed flew out said something about how they were filming the tell-all in February. So that means that we will probably have a tell-all with Angela, Ed, and Jasmine. Just think about those three. Jasmine screaming like a banshee. Ed just constantly degrading Liz and saying stupid stuff.
You listen with 2 ears and you don't talk.
Angela stomping around like a freaking T-Rex, screaming at everybody. That sounds like the absolute worst combination of people in tell-all history. I'm getting a headache just thinking about it.
Angela wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, she will be released in your city.
So I already know the answer, but let me ask anyways. Were you as disappointed to see Angela as I was? Or more importantly, did you actually yeet your phone or your computer, or maybe even your TV the moment you saw her on the screen? No one wants Ed, no one wants Angela. I'm getting that way with Jasmine. Let's get rid of Jasmine now too. I don't want her on another tell-all, or the 3 of them on a tell-all. We need to let them go. TLC actually had a real chance to get Angela off the air, and they messed that up. Angela has said herself over the years that she is a big moneymaker for 90 Day Fiancé. I actually don't agree with that anymore. I think maybe at one point that was true. And I think it's different now because we had her and Ed on The Last Resort, and that was a huge flop. I actually didn't even finish watching it. I think that even if they did try to bring Ed back for The Single Life, that it will flop too. They had their peak at one point. It's going downhill. We need new people to come on and stop bringing back so many old cast members. And that brings me to my final thought, and that's, I just hope that this is really the last of their segments forever. Ed, Angela, both of them. I unfortunately do think that Ed will be back for The Single Life. They are not as important to the franchise anymore as they used to be, and it's time to get rid of them. It's time to move on. Again, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!